Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the video. Today I'm going to try to do something a little bit different. I'm going to do a review of Mac Miller's mixtape slash album called Faces. I can really hear the late 90s hip hop influence coming through. A little bit of Jay-Z, Black Star, Outkast, some early Kanye. Lots of jazz and soul samples, or what sounds like jazz and soul samples. A lot of real smooth, vibed out type of flows. Faces is a mixtape that was re-released as an album, and it sounds like a mixtape to me. The production is consistent, but it feels like what he says. My family's worried about what I'm doing locked in the studio. Rap life is boring, white lines and writing rhymes. Getting faded and doing whatever you want on the beat with like no studio interference, no producers breathing down your neck, no agenda or commercial plan. It really seems like he's comfortable with his style and has a voice that works. A voice that creates a vibe and atmosphere that people connect with. If you're a fan of this album and haven't fully explored late 90s hip hop, I would go back and dig through some crates. Black Star's first album, Talib Kweli, the third Outkast album. Faces was making me nostalgic for some of that stuff. The jazz drums and haunted organs, the laid back flow and catchy choruses. The sampling is so on point and it all gels in a great way. Midway through, I was getting some lo-fi keys and soul guitars. They were riding the beat with that almost like southern late 90s rhythm. Last day of my life, party like it's the last day of your life. Living in the moment always hits and like gets you in the feels. There were a few features, not sure who they were. I think I heard Earl Sweatshirt in there maybe, Schoolboy Q. But they were fire, and he definitely didn't need a Drake feature to make this album fire. The man's got bars and he's got a great sense of melody. Faces is 100% a hip hop gem. I feel inspired after listening to it. And this is just my initial reaction. David Gilmour at Pink Floyd said that you never truly hear something until you hear it twice. Take what you want from that, but I agree. You make a couple hits and then you take your money and you lock yourself up in the studio and you make the best album possible after years of honing your style. It's a dream, and it's too bad that the man checked out early, but the flame that burns twice as bright lasts half as long. That's the industry, I guess. Grinds you into pieces, spits you out. This will probably be a short video. I don't have much else to say about it. I'm sure there's been far more interesting analysis on this mixtape. Diehard Mac Miller fans. Honestly, this is the first time I've really sat down and listened to his work front to back. A pretty chill fall day, cruising around the neighborhood on my skateboard, just listening to the mixtape. I was definitely vibing. If you enjoyed my review and think I should maybe do some stuff like this again, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if this is something that I should do again. I'm also an artist. I'm going to cook up a beat for this video, something inspired by the album. I have stuff on SoundCloud and YouTube if you want to hear anything else. Lo-fi, hip-hop, rock, metal. I do a lot of different stuff. But I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace. The idea for this video actually came up while I was gaming with some homies. I'll always ask people what their favorite album is, and then I'll recommend that if I listen to one of their favorite albums, they should listen to one of mine. The homie recommended Faces by Mac Miller. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think Mac Miller was worth the time before listening to this. White boy rap was the phrase I kept throwing around, just like another run-of-the-mill bar spitter. But Miller has more depth than that, as a producer and as an instrumentalist. Faces is widely regarded as his magnum opus. I wouldn't really know because it's the only album I've heard by him so far, but like I said in the review, it's a hip-hop gem without a doubt. I'm gonna check out some of his other stuff. My dude sent me a message talking about another album he did. I'll just read what he says, it sounds pretty interesting. His album ended on an unstable chord and was resolved at the beginning with a stable chord, hence creating a musical circle. A major theme in his music is drowning with addictions and life stuff, which is what Faces represents. Then in his next actual album was The Divine Feminine, which was him coming to terms with life pretty much and dealing with his heartbreak from Ariana Grande. Then it's Swimming as his next album, which can be represented from a line in his first song. I was drowning, but now I'm swimming through stressful waters to relief. And then his next album, Circles, and reflects the circle of trials and tribulations of life. He was supposed to release another album called Till Infinity, And so the use of threes, it would be swimming in circles till infinity. The album that I recommended to him was Kid A by Radiohead. It's not my favorite Radiohead album, but I think it might be objectively their best. A good introduction to Radiohead for people that aren't familiar. Maybe I'll do some reviews for Kid A and In Rainbows. I can really get into the weeds and give a deep analysis of any of their albums. Ethereal, otherworldly, an introspective journey into the ether, haunting ghost-like chords that go against the grain of common pop tropes. Radiohead is kind of like my generation's Pink Floyd. Deep, artistic, nuanced music, perfect for deep thought and reflection.